What if the biggest problem in your life right now doesn't actually exist? What if your brain created it, believed it, and convinced you to suffer because of it? Have you ever had a completely normal day suddenly interrupted by a thought that something is wrong? A friend hasn't texted back and your mind quietly decides they're upset with you. A small mistake at work and suddenly you're imagining getting fired. Nothing happened. Nothing is actually wrong. And yet your brain has already built an entire crisis out of thin air. That feeling isn't random. Psychologists have discovered that your brain has a built-in system, specifically designed to manufacture problems, even in complete safety. And once you understand exactly why it does this, you will never trust your first anxious thought the same way again. Here's where the story starts, and it begins somewhere your brain has never actually left. For most of human history, the world was genuinely dangerous. Every rustle in the grass could be a predator. Every unfamiliar sound could mean an approaching threat. The humans who survived long enough to pass on their genes were not the calm ones. They were the anxious ones, the ones whose brains constantly scanned the environment for danger, even when there was a good chance nothing was actually wrong. Because here's the brutal math of survival. A false alarm costs you a moment of unnecessary worry. A missed real threat costs you your life. So evolution built a brain that would rather be wrong 1,000 times than miss the one danger that actually mattered. That system never got the memo that the world changed. Neuroscientists studying the amygdala, the brain's threat detection center, discovered something remarkable. It doesn't simply wait for danger to appear before activating. It runs constantly, scanning for anything that could possibly represent a threat, even in moments of complete physical safety. But the story doesn't end there. When the amygdala can't find a real threat, it doesn't just quiet down and rest. Research suggests that in the absence of genuine danger, this system will often latch onto something else entirely. An ambiguous text message, an awkward silence in a conversation, a minor physical symptom. It takes something small, something neutral, something completely explainable, and quietly turns it into evidence of a problem. Your brain isn't malfunctioning when it does this. It's doing exactly what it evolved to do. It just doesn't know the difference between a genuine threat and an empty inbox. But there's another layer to this that explains why these imaginary problems feel so real. Psychologists studying anxiety identified something called catastrophizing. This is a specific thinking pattern where the brain takes a piece of neutral or ambiguous information and automatically completes the story with the worst possible outcome. Your boss wants to talk to you tomorrow. Neutral information. But your brain doesn't leave it neutral. It fills in the blank with termination, failure, and public humiliation, all before you've even walked into the room. This isn't something only anxious people do occasionally. It's something almost every human brain does automatically, constantly, without asking permission. Here's what makes this even more fascinating. Researchers studying the brain's default mode network found something surprising. When your mind isn't focused on a task, it doesn't always rest. It often starts replaying past mistakes, imagining future dangers, and searching for something to worry about. This is why the worst thoughts often arrive at the worst possible times. Lying in bed at night, sitting alone in a quiet room, waiting in line with nothing to distract you. Your brain isn't randomly choosing those moments to torture you. It's simply defaulting to its ancient threat, scanning behavior the instant it isn't given something else to focus on. Silence isn't peaceful to a brain that was built for constant vigilance. Silence is exactly when it goes looking for a problem to solve. And here's the part of this story that changes everything. In the modern world, genuine physical threats are incredibly rare for most people. No predators in the grass. No enemy tribes at the border. And yet the threat detection system inside your brain is exactly as active as it was thousands of years ago. It still needs something to scan for, something to protect you from. So it takes the raw material available in modern life. An unanswered message, a slightly cold tone in an email, a minor headache, and builds an entire imaginary emergency out of it. Your brain isn't trying to make you miserable. It's trying to keep you safe using a system that was built for a completely different world. Understanding this doesn't mean the anxious thoughts stop appearing, but it means you finally have a choice you didn't have before. The moment a problem appears out of nowhere, you can ask yourself one simple question. Is this a real threat? Or is my ancient alarm system reacting to silence with the only thing it knows how to do? That single question won't silence your brain's alarm system completely, but it gives you something more valuable than silence. It gives you distance, a moment between the thought and the panic. And in that moment, you get to decide whether the problem is actually real, or whether it's just your brain doing what it has always done, protecting you from a world that mostly stopped being dangerous a very long time ago. The next time your mind hands you a crisis out of nowhere, pause before you believe it completely. Ask yourself what evidence actually exists, separate from the story your brain instantly built around it. That pause might be the difference between a mind that runs you and a mind you finally learned to run. If this video explained a pattern you've quietly experienced your entire life, subscribe for more psychology videos that reveal the hidden patterns behind human behavior. And before you go, tell me in the comments, what's one imaginary problem your brain convinced you was real? I'd love to read your thoughts.